just this week asked me if 4 words that I could say to my 17-year-old self. And I said, stop sleeping with girls. But yeah, be cautious about your identity. Be who you want to be, not what the community wants you to be. If you want to be a drag queen, then be a drag queen. If you want to be a leather man, go and be a leather man. Don't put yourself in a box. I mean, for me, all I had was Liberace, for goodness sakes. You had to be flamboyant and wear furs. Do I have a fur coat? Sure, I've got a fur coat. Liberace said I had to have one. Did I have a Cadillac? Sure, I had a Cadillac too, and a poodle. Because they were stereotypes. And, you know, you'd watch that and you'd think, well, I'm not a Liberace. I can't be gay because I'm not like that. Every guy's like that. Everybody's got a little bit of flamboyant. The difference between today and 30 years ago is nobody talked about it. Everybody knew it was there, but nobody talked about it. And I can remember when somebody died and I ran into their partner on the street several weeks after he had died. And he said, oh, did you hear that Hugo had died? And I said, no, I didn't. And he told me what had happened. It was like, that's the most fictional story I've ever heard in my life. And you knew darn well what had happened. It's interesting to watch HIV go from something fearful and not talked about to something that I have heard gay youth sit in a coffee shop and say to a friend, oh my God, I just tested positive yesterday. Can you believe it? And I think, oh my God, you're almost proud of it. And it's just different. The community was extremely strong. I don't see it today, unfortunately. I think youth today is somewhat scattered. They don't see the need to be organized. But I think what happens is that youth forgets that just because something has been given to you doesn't mean it can't also be taken away. You can't become complacent and comfortable. I think gay men and women always have to be aware of what's going on in their community and be willing to stand up and have a voice. We were all willing to stand up 30 years ago and have a voice and be seen. And quite often lose jobs. I lost a job over the fact that I was gay. And the human rights courts were not comforting or in agreement with you that your sexual orientation should be a reason why you shouldn't be fired.